Okay, we can get started. Thanks for joining us, everyone. My name is Krista Gervon, and I am the Communications Director at Princeton Integrative Health, joined as always with Dr. Vinny. And this is the InVINcible Health Series with Dr. Vin. This week, we're going to be talking about a detox kit, which is a combination of supplements and how it can help detox the body after taking the coronavirus vaccination. So without further ado, I will toss it over to Dr. Vinny. Can you give us a brief overview of what the detox kit is?
Sure. So the detox kit, is meant to help your body detox from what's in the vaccine. So you'll have hopefully fewer side effects from it, won't get so inflamed. So what is in there are anti-inflammatories and essentially things to help you detox, things like glutathione, SPM. I don't know if people have heard about those. They are SPMs, serum protein modulators, are fractionated fish oil, the very anti-inflammatory component of fish oil. And then we have something for the mitochondria to help the mitochondria generate energy, stabilize their membranes, because that's important in cell health. And cytodetox, which is a homeopathic remedy for detox reactions, that achiness, that flu, that fever that might come along with after the vaccine for some people.
Right. And why is it so important that we kind of combine, a detox after and during the when we get the vaccine?
Yeah, again, the vaccine, the most common side effects are fatigue, headache, fever, chills. That's all reaction. Some of those are, you might get some of those. So I talk to some people and they say some of them have been fine. But you want to put your immune system in the best possible place, for one thing. So that's why the anti-inflammatories are there. And you want to make sure that your inflammatory response doesn't get too high and make you really uncomfortable. So that's why the detox components are there.
Great. And is it something that we should be taking after we get the vaccine, or is it a preventative thing for beforehand?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You should start it, ideally you would start it for a week before and continue for 3 weeks afterwards. Now, 2 of the 3 vaccines out there now have 2 shots. So, if you want to make it as optimal as possible, you would probably be taking it for 2 months.
Okay.
So with the 1-shot vaccine, if, obviously that's not out there in great supply just yet, that would be a 1-month type of protocol.
Yeah, because I've heard that the second dose of the 2 that have the 2 dose is actually the one that people are having the more adverse or, severe side effects. So it'd be good to continue it through for after that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we could always use detox help anyway in this much more toxic world that we're living in. Back in 1990, there were like 10,000 chemicals in the environment that we had to worry about. Now there are 80,000 chemicals, which also explains the rise in autoimmune disease and more inflammatory conditions and many other things. So, getting some detox, some people are routinely taking things to detox, but I think especially for people who are not doing that on a routine basis, that they should be doing something like this, and maybe even want to continue components of this afterwards. Maybe they won't need the detox, the cytodetox, for example, or the SPM synergy, which is the anti-inflammatory component of the fish oil. But people could probably use the glutathione, which is the essential pro, and the mitochondrial help, which is the ATP 360.
Okay, great. That's great information. And to obviously couple that with nutritious food, get your rest, all of those contribute to your detox, right?
Yep. Yeah, we could just, eat a good diet, get your activity, sleep well at night, and manage your stress. Yes, for everything.
Across the board, no matter what.
Yep.
And then does this affect the effectiveness of the vaccine at all?
No, it doesn't affect that. It doesn't, you know, either you're getting the mRNA vaccine,
Hmm.
which is just sending instructions into the cell, the cytoplasm of the cell, not to the nucleus, to the cytoplasm, just to make the spike protein. So your
Okay.
body then makes antibodies against that. Either you're getting that, or the Johnson and Johnson vaccine. They're putting the spike protein onto a different, kind of a weakened virus to take it in. So your it's going to make antibodies no matter what. It's not going to weaken that at all.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's important.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and then are there, I mean, they're supplements. They are, a couple different ones to combine. Are there any other side effects that maybe people would get from those supplements? Or if there's anyone that shouldn't take them for any reason?
Can't think of any reason why anybody couldn't take them unless they were maybe allergic to fish,
Yeah.
for the SPM synergy. Um, you know, and some people, fish oil in general, some people, they might get a little GI upset with that.
Okay.
The SPM synergy is a much smaller component. It's much smaller capsule than regular fish oil, and people seem to tolerate that pretty well. But I would say if there was going to be any adverse effect, it would be that a little bit of GI side effect from the SPM synergy.
Would it be better to take them with food then?
Certainly, those I would take with food.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so how does someone access this kit?
They would, they would have to either hunt down the ingredients themselves, or they could call our office and have Lisa or Sue help them to get that kit.
Okay, so we have all the supplements available in a little bundle that you can purchase. I understand that supplies are limited at this time, but we do have it currently in stock.
We do currently have it in stock, yes.
Any other information you'd like to share with anyone about the supplements, or anything? We could talk other things about COVID if you wanted to, about the vaccine.
Again, I just wanted to mention with the supplements, the ATP 360, that's helps the mitochondrial health. I mean, I think that's important anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, certainly I think it's more important when you get the vaccine, but certainly is worth something that's something that I would consider taking long term. And same thing with the Essential Pro, which is glutathione, which is the master detoxifier in the body. Extremely powerful, helps detox from any type of toxic situation, whether it's metals or mycotoxins. Glutathione is essential for all of those processes. I first got to know N-acetylcysteine and glutathione when I was in the ER, because if people would take a Tylenol overdose, it would destroy their liver.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have enough glutathione. But if we gave them intravenous N-acetylcysteine to make glutathione rapidly, it would just totally save their liver. So glutathione is very powerful for helping people detox. So.
Great. Does anyone have any questions for Dr. Vinny? Please feel free to unmute yourself, or you can type it into the chat, and I will look on Facebook to see if anyone has any questions.
Hi, hi, I'm Geraldine. Can you
Hello,
hear me?
Geraldine.
Hi. I'm sorry, I just tuned in a couple minutes ago. I missed the first 5 minutes, so I wondered if you had covered anything important, and could we get it after the fact? Could we get your information, if
this is being recorded, right?
Yeah, this is
Krista?
recorded. Yep, you can find it. It'll be on Facebook, and I'll also upload it to YouTube. So you can shoot me an email, and I can send you the link. It's Krista@PrincetonIH.com.
Krista, Krista?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat as well.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But I mean, we just started, and we have time. So if you'd like to ask any other questions at all, feel free.
Yeah, I'm personally not getting the vaccine, but I just want to get the information because, just for whatever, for maybe family members or people who are interested. So I take a number of supplements now. I'm taking the vitamin C and the D with the K2 and iodine. So I was just curious, does it mean that the vaccine has, because of whatever toxins are in there, that we should be taking these? Or is this just the idea that you want to have your gut and the microbiome in a good, healthy way so that you will accept the vaccine better? I wasn't sure what.
Yeah, I think it's, I mean, there's some things in there like polyethylene glycol
Yeah.
that's being injected in, that kind of stuff. So it'll help detox that. But it's more meant, yes, to put your body, your immune system, your nervous system, all into a better place.
Oh, okay.
So to minimize side effects.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
So,
I have a question.
sure.
Is there any specific instructions for people that have the MTHFR genetic mutation, as per like if more of one supplement would be needed maybe to help detox better, since the detox pathways are already sort of compromised with that condition?
Yeah. Do you take do you take any B vitamins or anything like that to help with that, or no?
I do. I take the methylated form of B complex, and then I take a separate methylfolate and B12 like lozenge to kind of bump up those two supplements. But I was just concerned if anything has to be bumped up in a higher dose to help the body detox.
I don't think so. I think if you're taking those,
Okay.
and then add these on top, this will give, as I said, this will help stabilize your mitochondria and help those reactions even more, because they're, you got the B vitamins, which are important in those methylation cycles in the mitochondria, but the things in the ATP 360 are going to be things that stabilize the membranes where those reactions actually happen. So, you'll have a synergistic effect then.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We have two questions in the chat. One is, what is the cost of the kit? Do we have that figure? You may have to call. Okay, you have it.
Yep. The cost of the kit for 1 month is $254. I guess $255, $254.95. And as I said, if people are going to do it optimally, it would be 2 months. But I would, if people feel like they can't afford that, then I would say get at least 1 month supply and take it a week before and a week after.
Okay.
Both vaccines. But optimally, it would be, a 2 month regimen.
Okay. And then another question from John is, do you recommend taking Quercetin to help with the side effects? I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Side effects of the vaccine.
You pronounce it exactly correctly. It's Quercetin. Quercetin is a great supplement. It does have stabilizing properties on the mast cells in the immune system. So, it's not one of the ones that's part of this particular protocol, but if you have taken Quercetin before and find that it helps you with some things, then I would say, yeah, it's a great one to take, actually.
Let me see if there's any others. Don't see any other questions, but please, again, feel free to jump in if you do. And we don't have any questions on Facebook, but Caitlin does say she loves this. So thanks, Caitlin.
Hi, Dr. Vinny.
Hello, is that John?
Yes, it's John. Good to see you. Thank you for
Nice
having
to
this lecture.
see you, John. Thank you. It's nice to see you. Nice to sort of see you. I see your hand. I see your hand raised.
I was just wondering if someone has autoimmune, like, for example, I have celiac disease, which is autoimmune. Would you recommend doing anything special for people who have autoimmune disease?
No, I would think, what we just talked about, doing this vaccine, pre-vaccine protocol. And again, because the quercetin is great at stabilizing mast cells and that kind of thing. Yeah, take some of that to help. But yeah, I haven't seen increased side effects with people with autoimmune disease. At least it hasn't been reported. but I would still, yeah, take a little bit of extra precaution, a little extra supplements and that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have another question, actually. What if someone has already taken their first dose? Is it still worth it to start and prepare for their second?
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. It's meant to be taken before, during, and after each one. So even if they've taken their first one, I almost think if you're only going to do 1 month, I would do the second one.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the one that they say is a little bit more severe. So.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And if anybody gets the kits, we want to know how you do with the vaccine and that kind of thing. If you're going to get the vaccine, I assume you wouldn't get the kit if you weren't going to get the vaccine, but because we'd love to hear from people.
Yes, we definitely want to hear feedback and how everyone's feeling, and anything else.
And any other questions?
I have another
John's
question.
hand is it? Yes, John.
After one's fully vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
how careful does one have to be? Should we still be wearing masks? Can we have like a dinner party with people who are also vaccinated without wearing masks?
Well, it's hard to have a dinner party with masks, huh? I guess we could all get those plastic face shields that hang down over the front and kind of come up underneath. But, John, it's been a difficult question to answer. What the vaccine has been shown to do is to keep people from getting critically ill and dying. There is some people, I guess there are suggestions that people can still get COVID, but it's just not nearly as severe. So I think for everybody, it's a benefit and risk kind of thing. I guess you have to figure out if I certainly wouldn't have a large crowd over, but people who you feel, a small crowd of people who are vaccinated are probably a lot lower risk than people who have been totally unvaccinated and out amongst the public and that kind of thing. So, is it 100% safe? Probably not, but and I think the official line is to, keep doing what we're doing, but it certainly is getting harder and harder for a lot of people to do that. But I think once a good majority of people get vaccinated, or you have a group of people that have been vaccinated, again, I wouldn't have a large crowd, but I would think a small crowd of close friends would be probably as safe as you can be if everybody's vaccinated. So.
Hi, this is
official line is not to do that, by the way.
This is Geraldine again. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Geraldine.
Yeah, I been doing doing supplements for quite a long time, and I've upped it with since this COVID came in. But I'm just living my life as I usually do, other than there's certain things you're not permitted to do. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at it. If I'm exercising and taking supplements and feeling healthy, I don't normally get sick. I don't know. I'm not going to be that concerned as to whether I'm around vaccinated, non-vaccinated people, and that's how I've looked at it. I just try to keep my immune system strong. Mm-hmm. So, but I know everyone's different. Everybody has to do what they feel comfortable with.
Sure.
But
I totally agree with you. I think, again, a benefit, risk, how people perceive that, and what mm-hmm. you want to do, and as you said, if you're doing a lot of the right things and keeping your immune system strong, it's less likely that you'll have, if you got COVID, that you would have a severe case. Mm-hmm. So
maybe some people just get it and they're, I have friends that have had it and it's not that severe at all. I think mm-hmm. who's to say? And have you heard, I'm hearing a lot of talk about if you have certain blood type, if you got O positive or negative blood type, you're less likely to have a severe onset. Have you heard anything like that?
I've heard that. I haven't really looked into it all
Mhm.
that much. So, well, that makes me feel better. I'm O positive. So,
Yeah, same here.
I'm AB negative.
Okay. Well, because the two friends I have that have A blood types, they got it badly, but they recovered, but they got it. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just hearing, I've read this in a couple of places, so I just was curious.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the depth of the science behind that, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
I may take a look at it though, and
Yeah.
see if there's anything to that.
Having the rarest blood type on earth is a little scary when you're trying to figure out research on, how it affects certain people. But yeah, I did hear a little bit about the blood type information too. Anyone else?
Well, this was great. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the questions. I love the interaction. I love answering questions. So yeah, this was great.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Vinny. We'll be back here next week at 4:30 again, and we'll probably discuss something, related to COVID again, since that seems to be a topic that people are still interested in. But we will post it on Facebook, and we hope to see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Talk to you soon. Bye.